Growing up, I love watching movies, especially a few movies in particular, one of them being Rudy. Rudy actually really formed me as a young man, especially one scene where Rudy is sitting in church and he's freaking out because he might not accomplish his goal. And he's talking to this priest. And he asks the priest, have I done everything I could do? Could you help me? And the priest looks at him and says, in 35 years of religious studies, I have come up with two hard, incontrovertible facts. There is a God, and I'm not him. Hey, thanks for watching God's Grace on Tuesday. My name is Tim Rydberg. Hope life is awesome. I hope you're living in the truth. And walking in that grace. If you're not, it's never too late to start. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about what I mentioned before the introduction. You know, there is a God, I'm not him. There is a God, you're not him. There is a God, and maybe your phone isn't it. All right? Because here's the thing. We live double lives all the time as Christians. Okay, we say we follow Jesus, and then we don't. All right, Jesus makes it very clear that we can't do this. All right, that we have to choose. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 24, he says, "No one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon." Basically, that priest and Rudy got it right. God comes first. And I know that. Do you know that? Do I know that? We need to learn this truth. All right, because if we do things our way, not God's way, all right? God can still work with us. God can still do things, but listen, the hardest thing I've ever heard from anyone that I have done spiritual direction with is this priest that I trust. He looks me right in the eye and he says, "Tim, you can't save anyone, so stop trying." And I was like, I love being the hero. I really do. I literally love helping people. And to hear that, you can't save anyone, so stop it. What he meant, though, was don't stop evangelizing, but stop leading people to yourself. Because here's the thing. I may be, a pretty great guy sometimes, but I can also be a really terrible guy sometimes. Like if you were to trust completely in me, I will let you down. Because I am a broken person just like everybody else. So what Father said to me that day was, you can't save anyone, so stop trying. But what you can do is you can bring them to the one that can save them. So the problem was I was too focused on what I was doing for God rather than focusing on what I was doing for God. You see? Like what my part in it was, not the ultimate goal, which was to bring people to Jesus. So do you have that problem? Do you have idols in your life that keep you from serving God? Because you have to choose between the idols and God. God makes it very clear when he gives us the 10 Commandments in Exodus chapter 20, the first few verses, verse 3, you shall have no other gods beside me. Why is that? Is it because God just is, selfish? No, it's because God knows that he is the only person, the only thing that can really make you happy. God is the only thing that can fill the God-sized hole in your heart. We made a video about this a few weeks ago. Go watch it. But it's still absolutely true. So what are those things? There are two sacred documents that will tell you what your God is. The first is your checkbook. And the second thing is your calendar. Your time and your treasure. What do you give those to? And if it's not God, if it's something else, well then that's something else, that's an idol. And you or I, if we do this, we've committed idolatry. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm not trying to guilt trip you. But it's just a reality check that we need to make. Do you serve God or mammon? I mean, it's just a question that you have to answer. And if the answer is mammon, give it up. I promise you, it's going to let you down. Serve God. Live in his truth. For example, my little daughter, I love her. Okay, she's like one of the greatest blessings I've ever received from God. Here's the thing, when I'm holding my daughter and she's fussing and I'm taking care of her and I just focus completely on her, Sure, I'm being other-centered. That's great, but I don't pray. I don't give God time. I don't give God any attention. Well, then what has happened is this blessing from God, my little daughter Amia, has become an idol for me. Now, I don't get rid of Amia, okay? Like, it's not like, all right, you're done. Like, leave me, I'm leaving because I'm going to go find God. No. What I do is I bring God into it. So while I'm holding Amia, while I'm taking care of Amia, instead of just sitting there and focusing totally on her, I pray. I focus on Jesus through her, through serving her. Well, now what have I done? I have made Amia not an idol, but a means by which I come to know God better. So do you see the difference? So here's the thing. Even ministry can become an idol. Like I said, I can't save anyone. I can't save you. Watching these videos will not save you. But coming to know the one that I am talking about, the way, the truth, and the life, Jesus Christ, he can save you. So do you sit there and make your ministry an idol? Maybe you have a blog. Do you have a blog? If you write, are you speaking the truth from God? Or are you speaking your truth? Because if you're speaking your truth, you're not helping anybody. You're leading people to yourself, not Jesus. If you have a vlog like I do, like you're watching me on YouTube right now, speak the truth. If you have a dinner table that you sit at with people, or a lunch table at school or work, you sit at with people, do you lead people to yourself or to God? You have to choose. And you have to remember there is a God. You and I are not him. Let's follow that commandment. Let's not be idolaters. Let's be evangelists. Let's not be idolaters. Let's be sons and daughters of God. If we do that, we will bring the whole world to Jesus Christ. And then together, you and I and all the people that we bring will be together in heaven with the whole church and God. And we will be happy forever. Be sure to subscribe to Everything God's Grace on Tuesday. Thank you again for watching. Be sure to read the Bible every day. Learn the truth and then share the truth. Let's do it. Peace of Jesus to you.